Hello, everyone. I'm Rosy Marquez, the host of the Aligned Soul and Purpose podcast. And today we're diving into a topic that I have lived so closely to for so many years: motherhood and purpose. So many women wonder, like, can I really pursue my purpose and still be the mom that I want to be? So today we're going to explore that together. No rules or judgment, just truth, reflection, and love. Can you recall a moment when you felt torn between showing up as a mom and showing up for yourself? I know that I constantly battled with that because I wanted to be this mom that in my mind was a perfect mom. And even though it sounds silly to even say the perfect mom because there's no such thing, I still thrive to be that, to be as perfect of a mom as I could while still trying to fulfill the things that were calling me to be me. And so I always thought I had to choose. And it felt like I was constantly bouncing between both of them and never blending them together. And now, as I'm starting to understand more of what life truly is, I realize that you don't have to choose. You don't have to bounce around. You just learn to blend them together. And I at times I still think or these thoughts come to my mind of like, am I being selfish for wanting more? Shouldn't they be enough? Like, shouldn't I just be happy? Like, I got to have three beautiful, healthy children. And there are so many women out there that wish that they could be able to say that. And I never have taken that for granted. I am very grateful that God decided that I needed to be their mother, that I deserve to have three healthy children. And I'm thankful for that. And at times, I felt like I was not thankful for it because I was complaining or I was wanting more. And so that constant back and forth really wore on me. And it kind of left me not being the mom that I visualized or even the woman that I envisioned. And so I realized one day that my purpose and my motherhood were never meant to be competing. And they were just always meant to coexist, to teach one another. Like whatever struggles I'm feeling as a mother are things that I need to work on as myself. You may have heard other people say that we are mirrors, and the things that we see in others that bother us or we feel like we want that, those are the things that we need to work in on for ourselves. So anytime that I see uh, my daughter being determined, then I remember, okay, that's showing me that I need to learn how to balance the way I am with my determination and show her that it's okay for her to feel this way and we coexist together. So for me, my core values are love, peace, respect, and doing meaningful work. For me, those are my core values. Everything that I do, now that I have pinpointed who I am, I try my best to figure out, okay, is this radiating love? Is this radiating peace? Is this meaningful work to me? Is this showing that I'm respecting myself? And when I ground myself in these core values, then all of my decisions are a lot easier to make. Not easy, but easier. And so I'm giving my children that exact example that I always wanted to give them as this perfect mom, because now my children can feel my love more often than in the past when I was constantly just doing, and I don't have time right now. Quickly give me a hug and then go clean your room, or quickly go do this because we need to move on to the next task. And so now being able to slow down and understand both for myself that I need to live it now. I need to live it right now. I need to not continue to pressure myself on this purpose, but the fact that when I show my children these emotions, then I'm being the mother that I always wanted to be. And at the same time, I'm filling my cup my as a woman, as me, as being more me. Like this is me, therefore doing these things for my children and coexisting with them allow me to feel fulfilled. So, being a mother isn't just about raising children, it's about showing them how to live, how to love themselves, how to find what meaningful work looks like for them, and to walk in peace, even when life feels heavy. Because walking in peace doesn't mean that everything is going well all the time. It just means that we get to choose how we react to every situation, positive or negative. And so, being able to show them, like, okay, yes this is not the way I had planned this day to go. Now my I'm sad or I'm angry or I'm discouraged, but I'm choosing to see the lesson in it. So what is God trying to teach me with this situation right now? And so now I'm being able to walk in this peace and show them what it is like to live my core values. So I stopped constantly waiting for that perfect time and instead started integrating my purpose into my everyday life. Not perfectly, of course, but intentionally. Like we know we have to be intentional with everything that we do. And I try to live my life in this like 80-20 rule type of thing where I would like to set my intention in writing every morning, but it doesn't always work out. But 80% of the time, I write down what is my intention for today. And if for some reason I'm not able to wake up early enough to get it written down, then I know that before I get out of bed, I need to think about, okay, what is my purpose for today? What is my intention for today? And in doing that, I give my kids something deeper than the words. You know, I'm living and breathing example of what it means to honor your soul. And I understand that there are so many challenges that we face as women, and we are probably have asked ourselves, like, do I have to choose between my dreams and my family? Do I have to pause my goals in life to raise my family? And I'm going to say, no, you don't have to pause that. You may have to reprioritize like certain days. Like today, my priority has to be this, and it's working towards this goal. Versus tomorrow, I can prioritize this, that it's working towards another goal. Or my life, you know, there are things that we still have to take care of that maybe are not um, directly correlated to my core values. Like, for example, I can say that having to go to the grocery store, first of all, I don't want to say I have to go to the grocery store. I get to go to the grocery store. Maybe I don't see it as a direct correlation with my core values, but when we sit down and slow down and think about it, it does. Because going to the grocery store allows me to show my love in the meals that I feed my family. So even though it may seem like a mundane task, it isn't. It is related to to my core values. Because if I could just instead go get fast food, right? But because then at that point, I feel like that truly isn't connected to my core values. So going to the grocery store is connected to my core values and to being the mother that I want to be. And so every task, even though it may seem like it's not directly correlated, you can figure out a way of like, how is it connected? And so to validate your feelings, if you ever felt any of this, you're not alone. I felt it. And I want you to know that you don't have to sacrifice yourself to be a good mother. Um, there are many ways that we can coexist, that we can do both of these things. As I mentioned earlier, being able to slow down and think about what are my core beliefs. Now, every action that I take during the day, how can I connect it to those core beliefs? how can I connect what I'm doing to love, if that is one of your core values? How can I connect it to respect, to peace, or to whatever your core value may be? So, what does it look like to pursue purpose without guilt? For me, pursuing it has become showing my family what it means to me, like sharing it out loud. For example, loving myself means that I only eat certain foods. Loving myself means that I am going to do my workout before I go to an event. Um, Showing myself inner peace means that I am going to do breath work before bed. I'm going to do my journaling before bed. So if my children need help with their homework, they know that I don't want them to interrupt me once I've already gotten into bed, because now I am prioritizing myself, my inner peace. And I have to express that to them because this is not who they're used to seeing, right? This is something new for them. This has been ongoing for the past 2 years, on and off, but it's new for them. And I need to express my core values and show them how I show myself love, respect, inner peace, meaningful work, and then be able to explain to them, like, what does it mean to you? Look, this is what I do. Now, what does it look like for you? And I create these spaces for myself with passion. Like, I don't like, I have to go work out. No, I want to go work out. Working out makes me feel good. Eating healthy makes me feel good. Therefore, I need you to respect that. And then I'm able to be a better mom for you when I feel good about myself. And I'm able to express these things to my children. Yes, my children are older and I can express it to them and maybe more detailed ways, versus if my children were toddlers, then I would have to say it in a different way. Um, but practicing these things daily allows for that routine to kick in. And we know that even small children, routine is essential for them. And so being able to see that, for them to see that this is what mom does at this time, this is what mom eats, this is what mom likes to do, this is what mom does, and she smiles, like they can see that, they can sense your energy when you're doing these things, and they want the best for you just as much as you want the best for them. So I encourage you to think about, like, what makes you feel alive outside of motherhood? And like, what lights you up? And how can you take one small step toward integrating that into your life? One small step every week, and then build on that. Um, and remember that we're constantly evolving. This isn't something that, okay, I read a book about this, I listened to a podcast about this, I did some meditation on this, so now I know how to do it. No, it's going to be something constant. Like, think about an athlete. An athlete doesn't work out sometimes. They work out all the time, or they practice their sport all the time, even though they've been playing it for many years. It's something that you're constantly working at. Even if you think about, if you've ever felt some sort of ailment, you go to the doctor, they give you a diagnosis, but it doesn't stop there, right? Because now you have this diagnosis, you have a name for it, but now what are you going to do about it? That's your choice. That is what allows you to evolve. And so that's the same thing with working on this coexistence of motherhood and your purpose. You have to constantly work at it. You are going to have moments where you no longer feel closely attached to a certain core belief. Now you may have another one. So you pivot, you change, and your family changes with you as you are living in this manner. But it's never ending. It's not like it's a one and done type of thing. We're constantly evolving, we're constantly growing, and that's life. Um, Remember that it's not selfish to want a full purpose-driven life. You will be a better person to everyone around you if you are taking care of yourself, if you are feeling fulfilled, if you even like try to figure out what is it that lights me up. All of that will bring life back to you to be able to continue with the difficult events in life. So think about, what would you say to a woman who believes she has to wait until the kids are grown to live their life? What I would say is, at that point, now they're living on their own, they're grown up. What did you show them? What did you show them all of these years that they lived with you? For a long time, now that I reflect, I realized what I was showing my children was that you enjoy life later. You don't get to enjoy it now because there are so many tasks that need to get done, but at some point you'll get to enjoy life. And now I'm showing them that that's the opposite of that. Like, we enjoy life now, regardless of what's happening. We find the joy. We choose to be happy because it is a choice. Our emotions are all a choice and they're all within us. Like, nobody can make us happy. Nobody can make us sad. Nobody can make us angry. We choose to have those emotions based on what others are doing. But as I mentioned earlier, we are mirrors of that. So why is it causing you anger when somebody does this? Why is it causing you sadness when somebody does this? What do you need to work on in yourself to be able to control your reaction to other people's actions? We're in charge of that. So I know that that's not the message that I want my children to leave with whenever they grow up or they move out of my home. I want them to be able to remember, like, my mom was happy in the moment. My mom tackled difficult tasks in this way. My mom took care of herself by doing this. My mom took care of us by doing this. And so that's the way I'm choosing to live my life now. And I hope that these questions help you think about, what is it that you want your children to remember you by. And I have so much work to undo, so many years um, of living in a fast-paced, angry, resentful world. And my oldest is the one that I have the shortest amount of time to undo or to rewire is to show him that I was young, I didn't know better, nobody had taught me this. And so now that I've learned it, I want to teach you. I want to pour all of this information into you because this is the way I want you to remember me. Um, so if this episode spoke to your heart, as always, please share it with me. I would love to talk to you. I would love to talk through some concerns that you may have or some questions that you have. If you think that somebody that you know would benefit from hearing this, please share the episode with them. And I want to leave you with one quote. The most powerful way to teach our children how to live with purpose is to live ours out loud. Remember, we teach our children by what we do, not by what we say. I I hope this resonated with you. I hope that this provoked some thought. And I hope to see you guys soon.